Hey guys, it's a steaming pile of ship, and I have a video for you today on the Admiral Graf Spee, the Tier 6 German premium cruiser that was recently earnable through a campaign mission. If you didn't earn it, I feel bad for you because I very much enjoy this ship. Well, I enjoy this ship when I'm top tier anyways, as we are here on Strait, because it really does kind of lose its luster whenever you see Tier 8s. Regardless of that, we don't have to worry about that today, at least for this video. Now, I'm not going to bother going over captain skills and whatnot like I've been doing in the past 2-3 videos, something like that. The reason being, if you're watching this right now, 0.6.0 has likely already dropped. You might even have it installed already. And 0.6.0 adds in a lot of new captain skills, shuffles around a bunch, and it just wouldn't be relevant if I gave you captain skill recommendations because I don't know all the ones that are going to be added in. I don't know how they're going to perform. I didn't play the public test. And so I don't really want to give you any sort of recommendations on that based on just my lack of knowledge and the fact that the current ones aren't going to be relevant. They're going to be obsolete. So there's no reason for me to do that, and so I won't. Now, if you're wondering why I don't wait until after I update it to do this video, it's quite simple, really. Wargaming's replay system for World of Warships doesn't work whenever there's a new major patch, and so I have to put this video up now so that I can actually record it. It's a little bit unfortunate. I hope they improve it in the future so this isn't an issue, but for now, this is what we're dealing with. Now we're headed over to sea. We've got AP loaded because you do have 11-inch guns, which is nice. This Kirov just rammed me, and I know that because he was behind me and I'm slower than him, so that is one thing you have to get used to in this ship, is it's much slower than contemporary cruisers at your tier. Opening up on this Omaha because he's given us a nice flat broadside, and we're rewarded with a Citadel and an overpenetration. You're going to see a lot of those ribbons when you shoot at cruisers. Maybe not the Cleveland so much, but if you shoot at an Omaha, Nuremberg, Königsberg, you're going to get a lot of overpens sometimes and a lot of Citadels. Simply because you do have 11-inch guns, so they're either going to go straight through or they're going to pen the Citadel and do massive damage. I believe he started to turn a little bit, so those shells actually penned him and didn't quite overpen, which is nice. Let's see, can I finish him off? I really want to go for that Cleveland, but I also want this guy dead. Got torpedoes here. Bit of a replay bug. The turrets are actually aligned, but it didn't look like it. And of course we miss. We're going to miss the torpedoes too, so that's probably the better thing. They run out, which is kind of annoying. If I'd have known they'd run out, I obviously wouldn't have cut speed, but hindsight is 20/20. Now I'm debating shooting one of these two guys. The Cleveland's angled and he's got pretty good armor, but the Nuremberg's a little farther away and he's riding the map border, which kind of makes him a weird target. It's not that I couldn't hit him, but it's harder. Just due to the way he's going to be traveling either towards or away from me due to being on that border. So we'll fire at the Omaha. I think they're going to miss though. And we didn't get any ribbons or hear a little damage ping, so they missed. Taking a little bit of damage here. We're going to pop our heel. And let's see what we can do to this Cleveland. Second Citadel of the match. I'm not going to complain about a nice hit for, what was that, 11k maybe? One of the things about this ship that's different from most cruisers is that you have a... you get your damage differently, if that makes sense. A lot of cruisers will load up HE, especially at this tier. They'll load up HE, they'll try and start fires. And you can certainly do that, but your advantage with your guns being so much larger, and your disadvantage being your guns reload so much slower, means that you're generally going to get your damage from actual citadels, regular penetrations, overpens, things like that. Kind of makes it a little hard sometimes to get damage if you don't have enemies giving you broadside. I launched torps at that Koenig there because if he keeps on that course, he'll probably hit the wall, and he might hit the torps if I aimed him right. But I need... Okay, there he goes. Perfect. I was about to shoot him, but I don't have to now. But you're going to get a lot more of your damage from the armor piercing than the high explosive with this ship. Simply because you just do so much more damage, you do get better pen. Watch this. Looking around to make sure no one else is aiming broadside at me. 3 regular pens on that battleship, the Koenig's main, well, not main belt, whatever, but the upper belt, upper deck armor, I should say. Upper side armor, wow, I'm getting all my terms mixed up, but 3 regular pens on him right there, and I got 8,000 damage, which is great. Another overpen, probably superstructure, and then 2 regular pens. Give me a nice 4,000 volley. But that's where you get a lot of your damage from in this ship. You don't spam HE nearly as much, although feel free to, because it does do some damage, and not everyone's going to give you angling, so don't try and waste time going through with AP when you could get them with HE. Looks like the carrier dropped his torps. They're not going to hit me, so we'll continue to aim at this Koenig here. And he's given us broadside now, so we'll switch over to armor piercing. Darn it. I wish that had set him on fire there. Now that's one of those skills that is going to be added. It's going to basically merge the 2 superstructure fire spots into one. And it's going to make this ship, I think, a little bit better with the armor piercing. Because you won't be as tempted to use high explosive as much, I don't think. And regular cruisers who go for setting fires are going to have a little bit tougher chance of doing that. We're going to throw our torpedoes down this little area in case the T-22 decides he wants to come back, but I'm really not expecting him to. I'm just kind of expecting him more to, well, more or less decide not to go down that little area based on where the torpedoes are. Now, he doesn't get hydro, so who knows? Oh, he's going to die soon. Never mind. Yeah, those are going to miss, but our Bayern just got him there with the secondaries. But as I was saying, he would not have spotted those with his hydro because he doesn't get hydro. The tier 6 does, and that's the lowest tier. Broadside Cleveland. I'll take a Citadel. That's the 3rd one of the game. 2nd one against a Cleveland. But again, you get a lot more of your damage from these high alpha. If you played World of Tanks, that's the kind of terms we would use there. The high alpha, you know, basically the high damage, low reload. He's still giving us broadside because he can't really turn. There's an island in the way, which is the other reason I fired the torps there. He just took a big hit from somebody. Let's see if we can finish it. And 1 over penetration will do it. But this way, again, the method you get your damage in this ship rather kind of makes it fun for me. It's a different ship to use. It really throws up the gameplay, or changes it up, switches up the gameplay really. You have 11-inch guns, so they reload slower, but you do get good damage. It makes it fun. I like having it on a cruiser platform. It's something you don't really see every day. You could make the argument that the Scharnhorst is basically a better Graf Spee, and I really wouldn't argue back with you, but to me, the Graf Spee is a very fun ship either way. Regardless of how good the Scharnhorst is. They're just, they're ships of 2 different classes, really. They're both good in their own regard. We're about in range of this enemy Arizona up here. Your range is 16 kilometers, if you didn't catch that. But he is unfortunately behind this island. So we'll see. We're going to try. You can't see it, but I've got the reticle that gives me the kind of like the spiderweb reticle. Really helps for shots like that. And we get 1 regular pen and a bounce. I'll take that damage over no damage though, but we are going to load up high explosive to try and set him on fire. I would like to get a fire or 2 ticking on some enemies here. Now he's platooned up with, again, World of Tanks. He's divisioned up with that Arizona over there, so I got to be careful because they're probably going to be working together if they have two brain cells to rub between each other. So it is very likely that while this guy isn't paying attention to me, his buddy might be, due to potentially Arizona number 1 telling Arizona number 2, hey, this Spee is aimed at me. I'm busy with something else. Can you take care of it? So we're watching both of them, essentially. And we did get that nice fire that we wanted, which is always great. Damage is a ticking. We're going to try and aim for the rear part of the superstructure. I knew he stopped, but I thought he was moving again, so we popped the torpedoes open just to see if he's moving. Use the indicator for the lead, and we spot him moving again, so we aim a little bit ahead. But he's going to be behind that island pretty quick, so we're going to have to pick a new target. I probably could go for that Omaha. I think that was the Omaha from the beginning of the game, too, which is kind of annoying. I'm not quite certain. Maybe they just had roughly the same amount of damage done to him. I think I remember that being the one Omaha we just could not kill. Regardless of that, trying to set a fire on the second one here. The second Arizona, I should say. Not getting any luck yet. He's going to go behind that island pretty soon, so come on. Nothing. That's a bit unfortunate. I see the Nicholas here is probably going to try and loop back around here, and so I'm going to go hopefully intercept him. And hopefully I'm going to be able to see this Omaha and take a shot at him too. Because I believe you can Citadel Omaha's broadside with these 11-inch guns. Omaha does not have armor at all. But I don't think anyone's out there to spot him right now, which is a bit of a bummer, so we're going to shoot this at the Arizona. I did slow down just to try and see if someone would spot him, but nope. And here's the Nicholas that we were worried about. Popping hydro to make sure that any torpedoes he fires at me do not hit, or that I spot them and hopefully can dodge them. But it's something about this ship that I don't like, is the lower speed means you bleed a lot more speed whenever you're trying to dodge, which in turn makes it harder to maneuver and dodge more torpedoes. As you'll see there, I lost a lot trying to turn, as well as not run aground, and it's going to bite me up here a little bit. Another thing this ship doesn't do so well with is, of course, destroyers, due to the long reload and the fact that you only have one turret on the front and one on the back. If you're trying to maneuver a lot, you might not be able to get the back turret aimed properly. And I'm going to try and dodge one of these torps here. But I think no, we're going to eat that one on the left. Yeah, unfortunately. Come on, kill him already. Oh, don't hit with that one. Get out of the way. I've popped my heel, of course, to try and mitigate the damage. I'm going to fire. Yep, there's a second torp hit. He didn't flood me, which is good, but he did take my engine out, so I'm going to be out of commission for a little bit. I fired the torps that way just in case those torpedoes hit me. I thought they'd probably kill me, but they didn't, and they didn't even flood me, so I'm not going to die from them. But I was worried, or thinking maybe if I fire the torps out there, I can hit that one Arizona that went over there, if I'm lucky. But he hasn't been spotted yet, so I'm thinking he doubled back, and if we look at the mini-map, it certainly looks like he did double back. Want to go for this Nuremberg here because, and we set a fire, knock out a turret. But he's going to be burning down one of my friendly battleships over there. The engine's about to be back up, though, which is nice. And here we go. Alright. Hopefully our battleship can deal with that fairly weak Nuremberg. Yeah, he just hit him once, battleship. But that Arizona that we almost killed did manage to get around the corner. He was on 2,000 health, I think, and he's back up to 10, which is one of the reasons why I always advocate for don't worry about, like, some people are like, oh, I don't want to kill steel, or I don't want to waste a shot, on a lower health target. To me, if there's a target like him who can heal back up and is about to get out of harm's way, don't let him escape. Even if you're only going to do 500 damage with the battleship guns, do the damage, take him out, make sure he's not going to come back to haunt you. But if you've looked at the top of the screen, you'll notice while we have the cap advantage, we are losing ship-wise, and that isn't good. Enemy team's asking me to come out and play. I tell them, nope, not about that life. We're going to wait until we can torp around the corner here. These torpedoes are nice because they have that 8 km range. So he might be able to get in range of me to hit him with the torps if he sails towards us on that course. Fire off at the Omaha. One Citadel sinks him. Perfect. Perfect. And there's one Arizona. The almost dead Arizona who's been repaired. I want to set him on fire. And he gets set on fire, but not by me. But now I've got to try and kill this Nuremberg, because I can't shoot the other guys, and this Nuremberg really needs to die. 2 hits on the Arizona with the torps, 1 flooding. Of course, I guess you can only start 1 flooding, technically. It doesn't work like fires. We really need to kill that Nuremberg, though. And he floods to death. Gives us the Kraken Unleashed. We got the Confederate earlier, as well as a close quarters expert when we killed that Nicholas. So the teams are tied a lot more now. I don't have, I have another heal, but I can't heal anything right now. It won't do me any good. And here's where the big battleship guns do kind of more or less work against you, because you saw that dispersion was pretty bad. I did hit him with 1 shell, but watch this one. I really want to go after this carrier that's right next to me. I can't torp him because he's going away. He's out of my range, so it won't do anything. But we leave that Nuremberg on 44 health. I'm really just sitting here thinking, come on, battleship, sink him so I can go for the carrier and secure the victory. Loading up AP, because if that hits, it should kill him. And there we go, killed him. Unfortunately, though, this game is back in our favor, and we did have the point advantage. That never really left us. We just had the ship disadvantage earlier, but now we've turned that around. I just want to get a little more damage in before that clock runs out. I'd love to have gotten this kill here. There's the high caliber, but unfortunately, we're going to run out of time, I think, before we reloaded. Come on, one of my friendlies can sink now. Nope, darn it. So we had a pretty good game. We did 117,000 damage, sunk 6 enemy ships, got the Confederate, the Close Quarters Expert, Kraken Unleashed, and High Caliber medals. Topped the team with Experienced Earn with 1960 base XP. Managed to tank 46,000 damage, which I feel like mentioning simply because we're a tier 6 cruiser, and you just don't see this in any other tier 6 cruiser, except a very lucky Leander who gets citadeled once at a time and is able to escape and repair each time. We all know how that happens. And finally, we made 494,000 credits, 6,300 base experience, or ship experience rather, 1,200 free experience. And I just want to say that this may not be a Scharnhorst, which is, again, what pretty much everyone compares it to, but it isn't a bad ship. I still enjoy it quite a bit. I hope you guys have enjoyed this video to watch as much as I enjoyed playing the game. And I do have one little small announcement for those of you who care to know. Classes are resuming at the university, and so I'm not going to have nearly the amount of free time that I normally have, which is going to take its toll on my videos. I'd like to have one out every week as a goal, but I just don't know if that's going to be something I can do. But anyways, if you liked the video, give it a thumbs up and let me know why you liked it in the comments. Similarly, if you disliked it, go ahead and give it a thumbs down and tell me why you didn't like it in the comments. That way I know what to improve on and what to keep doing correctly. I hope you enjoyed this video. This is a Steaming Pile of Ship, signing off.